Stop! Your bank account is leaking. Most of what you're buying is a trap. Here are 10 things. No longer worth your money. Stop!
All right, let's talk about it. We're going to break down all the common ways our money just seems to evaporate on things that when you really stop and think about it, just aren't worth it anymore.
I mean, you know that feeling, right? You look at your bank account and it's like, wait, where did it all go? You didn't buy a yacht. You didn't go on some wild shopping spree. It was just normal life. Groceries, maybe eating out a couple of times, regular stuff. And still, you're left scratching your head wondering why there's nothing left.
And listen, you're not going crazy. This is the real issue, the absolute core of the problem. The prices for everyday stuff have just soared, but the value, the quality, what you're actually getting for your money, it feels like that's completely collapsed. It's a total mismatch.
Okay, so first up, let's dive into the small stuff. I'm talking about those daily money drains, the little things that seem totally harmless on their own, but man, they are secretly wrecking your finances one day at a time. Seriously, just think about fast food for a second. What was the whole point? It was supposed to be cheap and quick, right? The affordable option. But now? You're paying 15, sometimes even 20 bucks for a meal that comes in a paper bag. The value just isn't there anymore. It's completely gone.
And if you go to a regular sit-down place, oh, it's even crazier. A totally normal dinner out for 2 people. You add a couple of drinks, a tip, and boom, you can easily be looking at a $100 bill. And that money isn't building anything for you. It's an experience, sure, but it's an experience that's over in about an hour, and that cash, it's gone, forever.
Okay, now for the silent killer, the subscription creep. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. We all have a few of these, right? A streaming service here, another one there, maybe a gym membership you swear you're going to use, and each one is only 10 or 15 bucks a month, so it feels like it's no big deal.
But when you actually do the math, when you add them all up, you're easily looking at close to $1,000 a year. $1,000 for a bunch of services you probably barely even use. That's a lot of money just for the option to watch something or the possibility of going to the gym.
And here's the thing you've got to realize. That slow, passive drain on your account, it's not just about the money you're losing. It's about the opportunity you're losing. That is cash that could be invested, that could be paying down debt, that could be building your actual future. Instead, it's just vanishing month after month. So you see how this problem builds, right? We're going from those little daily leaks to the really big stuff, the major purchases, the big-ticket blunders that can absolutely set you back for years.
And look, I'm not going to pull any punches on this next one, because the numbers are just brutal. It's a massive financial mistake, and yet people line up to do it again and again and again.
I mean, just picture this. You sign the papers, you get the keys, and the second you drive that brand new car off the dealer's lot, thousands of your dollars have just evaporated. Poof, gone. Before you even hit the first traffic light, a massive chunk of your money has just vanished into thin air. It is the exact opposite of a good investment.
So what's the solution? It's so simple, it's almost funny. Just let someone else take that massive financial hit. A car that's 3 or 4 years old is just as reliable, it'll get you to all the same places, and it costs a fraction of the price. You save a fortune by just being a little patient.
And this isn't just about cars either, it's about vacations. You know, you're scrolling through social media, you see those picture-perfect beach photos, and you feel that pressure, that need to keep up. So what happens? People slap it on a credit card. They finance a trip they can't actually afford, and they turn a one-week experience into a year or more of debt and interest payments.
And this really puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? Look, experiences are valuable, for sure. But you know what else is an amazing experience? Not being broke. The feeling of not having that constant low-level stress about money all the time, that has a real lasting value that no vacation photo could ever match. All right, let's get into the why behind all this. Why do we keep buying these things that are so clearly not worth the money? Well, a lot of the time, it comes down to one thing: status. We're not just buying a product, we're buying a logo. We're buying an image.
Let's take something super simple, like a plain white t-shirt. One costs 10 bucks, the other, with a fancy little logo on it, costs 200. And guess what? It's probably the same cotton, maybe even made in the exact same factory. The only difference is that logo. And for that, people are willing to pay an absolutely insane markup. So you have to ask yourself, what are you really paying for? It's not a better shirt. You're paying for their marketing budget. You are literally giving them your money so you can become a walking billboard for their brand. It's kind of wild when you think about it.
And this whole status thing, this upgrade treadmill, it's everywhere, especially with tech. Companies are masters at making your perfectly good phone feel like a worthless brick the second a new one comes out, right? Your current one works fine, your laptop is still super fast, but the new model has this one tiny extra feature, and suddenly you've convinced yourself you need to drop another grand.
And here's the secret, the fundamental mindset shift you need to make. The people who are truly building wealth, they're not worried about this stuff. They're too busy investing their money, saving, and making their money work for them to even think about impressing some stranger with a fancy watch. They focus on their balance sheet, not their Instagram feed.
So when you boil it all down, all of this, it really just comes down to one simple choice. A choice that will basically define your entire financial future.
And the good news is, the roadmap out of this trap isn't some big, complicated secret. It's just about making a few conscious choices. Simple, totally doable things you can start doing today to stop your money from just disappearing and start putting it to work for you.
I mean, when you look at it, there are really only two paths you can take. Path number one is all about looking wealthy. It's filled with status items, but it comes with a whole lot of debt and stress behind the scenes. And then there's path number two. That's the one that leads to being wealthy, to savings, security, and actual, real financial freedom.
And this is maybe the most important thing to remember from all of this. It's so simple. You can either look wealthy or you can be wealthy. But for most of us, you just can't do both. Every single dollar you spend trying to look the part is a dollar you can't use to actually build the part. So in the end, it really is up to you. It's a choice. You can keep playing this game, chasing the next shiny object, or you can decide to step off the treadmill and build something real for yourself. The only question left is, which one will you choose?